Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, as today I am going to be reviewing a comic book, but not just any comic book, straight from the Rippaverse comics, Yaira #1. Jen and Sylvia Soska wrote the book and the artwork was done by Deborah Corita. I hope I pronounced that right. Yaira has probably been the most anticipated character of the whole Rippaverse universe. As she's had slight appearances here in ISOM #1, ISOM #2, and in Alpha Core #1. And while her appearances were short, it did get the community excited. And I have to say, Yaira lives up to the hype that has been given to her, whether it be from Eric July himself, whether it be from Jen and Sylvia Sosko, or the community. Yaira lives up to all of the hype. Yaira is not one to be trifled with. She is not a villain, but she is also not a hero. She's somewhere in between. And you see that a lot in the comic. This is going to be a spoiler-free review of the comic because there are still people who haven't gotten their Yaira comics yet. And then also, who knows, you may be someone who is watching this video trying to decide if you want to get Yaira or not, and I don't want to spoil it for you. This is definitely the most action-packed comic so far released by the Rippaverse. I will say there are parts where, we do get to, settle down and learn more about Yaira's history. They kind of get, tweedled in here and there in between the action bits. We learn more about Projexis, the company she's working for. We learn more about how she got to the Earth, and we don't know fully where she came from, but we start learning more bits and pieces about the environment of where she came from before coming to Earth. And then, we get a new character introduced that mimics her powers. You'll learn more about that in the comic once you read it, about why she's able to mimic her powers. They don't fully say it, but, they leave enough crumbs there to where you can kind of figure it out for yourself. I will say this has been my favorite comic book released by the Rippaverse so far. I know it's cliche to say, but they have gotten better with each new comic release, which makes me interested in how Gooding is going to go and fare, because Gooding, when it comes out here later this year, I believe it's going to come out, Gooding is very much a side character in the ISOM books. And I'm going to get it and I'm going to read it. I'm not sure if it's going to excite me like the other comics have so far, but we're going to see. But back to Yaira. But yes, Yaira #1 is the best release so far from Rippaverse, in my opinion. They've gotten better and better. ISOM #1, he's down there last place right now, but it was still a good comic. Then it got better with ISOM #2. Then it got even better with Alpha Core #1, written by Chuck Dixon. And now we're here at Yaira #1, written by Jen and Sylvia Soska. They cease to amaze me on how brilliant they can be. I was a fan of the movie work they have done. I'm a horror movie fan, and I'm a fan of the movies that they've done in the past. I know they did Black Widow No Restraints Play in the past. I believe that was back in 2019. And while I haven't read that book, that comic series yet, I will get to it eventually. So this book was my first book exposure to Jen and Sylvia Soska, and I gotta say, they really impressed. They nailed it right out of the park, in my opinion. So overall, if you're looking for a recommendation on getting Yaira #1 or not, if you're still on the fence, I say get it. Especially if you're someone who likes intergalactic stuff. It kind of delves into the intergalactic territory of the Rippaverse, which we haven't seen yet. We've, seen supernatural stuff. We've seen superheroes. We've mostly dealt with street level hero activity. But this is kind of the first time we're stepping into the intergalactic and otherworldly beings with Yaira. And that is something that I am very much looking forward to once they start expanding on that part of the universe. So like I said, overall, I probably give this I'm stuck between 8 and 9 out of 10, so I'll give it an 8.5 right now after my first read. It is my favorite comic book in Rippaverse so far, so do with that information what you will. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was a little bit something different, something I'm probably going to try to do more of in the future, reviewing not only just Rippaverse comics, but I am looking forward to delving into Black Widow No Restraints Play, or going into the Chuck Dixon Batman comic books that he read and maybe review those as well. But y'all let me know what y'all thought of the video. If you've read Yaira #1, also let me know what you thought of Yaira #1, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.